All right, guys, so here we go. The Clearcoat came in and it's time to begin. I've got to tell you, I've never seen any spray product or anything like that, any aerosol, whether paint or otherwise, have such serious warnings. Some serious stuff, so, make sure you do have everything you need. With that being the case, I'm using this here because it's 2K Clearcoat, right? The 1K, you might see that it's just a clear coat. The 2K, it also has the clear coat with the hardener. Now up top, you'll see here, it has this red button. You attach this red button to the bottom, right? You press it in, and that allows the hardener to mix with the clear coat. You do that before spraying, and that's what allows it to come out really good. I'm gonna go over this car again, clean it down to make sure that I have a good surface. So just gonna use a microfiber cloth. For cleaning it off, I'm gonna go with the isopropyl alcohol again. So here we go. Just to give you a sense of how the car looks after cleaning it off with the isopropyl alcohol. You could see the top, of course, has no clear coat. The rear trunk, there's the big scratch there, but after sanding everything down, this is how it looked. So this is a starting point of where we're beginning from. I'll use the trunk as the place I come back to each time as I go through the different coats. I'm planning on putting down 4 coats of the 2K Clear, but this will be the litmus test essentially. Definitely can't be too safe. Make sure you have your respirator, gloves. This time I'm wearing a hoodie. Last time I didn't, so I could still at least smell the fumes. Make sure you have on your mask. With the clear coat, like I said, you put this in the bottom. Make sure you press it down really good because it doesn't go down that easily. I found if you turn it over and press on the ground, it works better. You'll want to shake the can for approximately 2 minutes. I'm going to use the same can gun to have a consistent spray. As usual, you want to make sure that you start moving your hand before you start spraying. Now look here, you can see all the particles all over the place. The crazy part here is that with my eyes, I could not see these particles, but the camera was able to pick it up. But here I am going through the different coats. I started with the trunk, started with the roof, doing the passenger side before moving to the driver's side. And as with all painting, the first coat is just very light. I'm not expecting to have perfect coverage, but I will admit some places do look pretty good. Like you could see right here, the rear quarter panel and the rear bumper came out well. But just going through it, the mirrors, this is after the first coat. Going into the second, here it is after the second coat. Some parts you could see it's already gone, especially that huge mark. You're not seeing that anymore. Here's the side mirror, big improvement. And this again is after the second coat. Third coat, here we are. Again, there's some parts you can see the marks, but it's a big improvement from where we were not too long ago. I'm going to show you a direct comparison here. All right, coat number 3 of the roof. Again, it's coming in. It's not perfect, but it's way better than what I had going on before. The mirrors, though, I gotta say, they look really good. Again, now you can see even at this stage, it's a really nice improvement. And you can see how it compares nicely to the OEM base coat and clear. Here is after the 4th coat, and focusing here on the trunk, how it looks. Remove the taped up parts while the clear is still wet. You'll want to pull away from the cleared areas. This is how it was after everything was taken off. Next up is wet sanding. What I'm going to do is work my way through the 1500 grit, make sure that I keep everything soaking wet. I also have a finishing pad that I'm going to use with this cheap $15 polisher from Harbor Freight. and I'll use Meguiar's finishing polish. This is just how I'm doing the process, but check the link in the description for someone who has a much more elaborate and detailed process. Get it soaking, sand it down, and afterwards it should have this milky looking texture. This is exactly what you want it to look like at this stage. So I'm going to do the same thing with the roof as well as the quarter panels and get the same texture. After wiping it off through the first stage of sanding, this is what that trunk area looks like. Now from the taped areas, you'll see a distinction between the new clear coat and the OEM clear coat. What you're going to want to do is get that soaking, make sure you sand it down, and after you do, essentially you're rubbing off that edge so that it blends better. Looking here, you notice that same edge is pretty much gone now, but this is the look you're going for so that it could have a nice transition. So the roof, after going through the 1500 sanding, this is what it looks like, right? But here's a direct comparison after wiping it off and what the roof looks like. Once again, this is an area that looked absolutely horrible. So take a look at it now, and I'm going to show you a direct comparison to how it was before. See what I mean? So yeah, just keep on going through the sanding process, wiping it down, and you know, it'll look something like this. The rear quarter panel, this is on the passenger side, gives a great comparison. So look here, I'm using my finger to outline where there was no clear before. So this is what you can expect. So moving on to the finishing, this is after I've put it on, it just dried a little bit and I'm wiping it off. The rear quarter panel, wiping it off here. This is the same quarter panel I showed you just now. Of course, I'll have to clean it off more. Same with the roof, and here we have it. A week later, it happened to rain, but you know, that's not going to be too much of a problem. I can't wash it, you know, push it, send it through automatic car wash or anything, but it getting wet, it's not going to affect anything. Here's the driver's side quarter panel, the roof. There are some places it could be better, but man, oh man, is it a huge improvement. Looking back at it from this distance, maybe 6 feet away, I think it blended really well into the OEM paint in terms of how it looks. I don't think there's anything that stands out to a great degree. That roof looks great. The mirrors, I'm really happy with the mirrors because I can't even see the line even when I'm close up. This is that same passenger side rear quarter panel we talked about before. You can see some outline of where the clear was, but it looks good from a distance. Now, since last time, you see I put in on a Style 68 wheels. I think they look nice. There hasn't been any rubbing on the body, on the fender line or anything like that. And it rides good. I like the look. There's still some things to do. You know, I've got to get those center caps, fix those side markers. But as far as the clear coat goes, very happy with how it turned out. Altogether, I believe I spent $68, $68 paint job to refresh the trim, as well as the clear coat. Isn't too bad at all. But anyway, guys, thanks for checking things out. And until next time, take care.